So this evening's event is a bit of a hybrid between film and talk about film. And I'm not going to do very much because I'm going to leave it to the two people to my right. So we have Kounosuke Kawakami. A lot of K's in that. And he actually used to help us out some years ago in the foundation, was based in the UK for quite some time. So he'll be showing 3 very short films and then talking about them. He's got a master's from Central St Martin's here in London, and he's currently a lecturer at the Kurashiki University of Science and Arts in Okayama Prefecture in Japan. And he's done exhibitions all over the place. I've got a great list here, and his work is held in a number of important collections in the US, UK, and Japan. And probably elsewhere as well. I might have missed some. So that's Kawakami-san. And then our moderator today, who's going to be talking with him, is Leesa Gazi. And she is also a filmmaker and a writer and joint artistic director of the London-based arts company Komola Collective. And she's done this theatre production, Birangoma, Women of War, which, as I understand it, is about the liberation war of Bangladesh, or am I getting that muddled up?
It's about the women who had gone through sexual violence during the liberation war of Bangladesh.
Okay. And her film on a similar topic won the Best Documentary Award at the Dakar International Film Festival and is also the 2019 Moondance winner. And another of her films, Rising Silence, received the Asian Media Award for Best Investigation 2019. So lots of prizes recently. So what we're going to do, you're going to speak for about 30 seconds before showing your films. Well, you can speak for longer if you like. Yeah, and then we'll watch the films, and then Kawakami-san will talk about them a little bit, and then you'll have a discussion.
Shall I sit there? Because I think
probably
yes,
better, isn't it?
It is.
Hello, my name is Kounosuke Kawakami, and thank you very much for giving me a great opportunity to showing my 3 films today, and thanks for coming. I would like to tell you my my work concept first, and I'm going to show you my work for chronologically, and then I'm going to explain to what is my concept and behind of my work. Each film is showing. My work concept. I used to live in London, but I'm not living for 7 years now. So I lost my confidence to speak in front of people now. So I'm sorry to. Please forgive me to reading the paper. Thank you. My work concept is I'm researching places where ideologies are involved in conflict, specifically monuments, factories, ruins, war remains, and race. My work attempts to reconsider these issues with a view of the social environment, economics, and political conditions throughout history. Historically and socially prescribed ideologies shape the national belief system and represent our standard of value. I'm thinking about how art can change our values and represent our standard. I'm thinking about how art can change our values and create a better world by following ideological trajectories. I'm going to show you the first work. Which is the work called Voice.
Watashi wa iroro na jisiki o manabimashita. Sourai zetai ni yaku ni tachu to omoimasu.
私は会社のために働くことの大切さを教えてもらいました。
お客様に喜んでいただける商品を作る。それは会社の思いであり、私たち従業員のプライドでもある。
みんな合格したら仕事を頑張って最後まできちんとしなければなりません。これは必ず果たさなければならない任務です。
私たち外国人技能実習生は日本で技能習得に励む以上、日本人のこうした習慣や考え方をよく理解しなければなりません。
Boys, this film is a single video installation works focusing on foreign laborers participating in Japanese technical internship training system, which is a government initiative established to transfer technology from Japan to less economically advantaged countries. While the intent is to benefit economic development of the participating country, in practice, it provides Japanese industry cheap foreign labor in tightly controlled environment. Technical intern trainees in Japan suffer from workplace abuse, low wages, and unsatisfactory living conditions. Please see the paper on the chair. That's I made this one for because I'm supporting in Japan, so that's kind of relating with this work. Yeah, and I'm going to show you next work.
Electricity is historically active, not merely, however, as a natural force, e.g., an electrical discharge which causes a fire, but as a productive element dominated by man and incorporated into the ensemble of the material forces of production, an object of private property. As an abstract natural force, electricity existed even before its reduction to a productive force, but it was not historically operative and was just a subject of hypothetical discourse in natural history. Earlier still, it was historical nothingness, since no one was interested in it or indeed knew anything about it.
時間決まって私こっちからカバン持って全部ね群馬行ったの。もうモスクワあるからモスクワでいろいろ 寝てたの。朝3時とか4時頃ね、この発見のあと3人4人ぐらい車ね、マイクなんかそんでずーっと福島行ったの。最初はインタビューやっても1万6千円、食べ物ただ、日本の大きいのやるから、大きいの洗濯機と食べ物全部国の。あとお金も、あとビザもね、これ仕事するとビザも伸びるのできる。1年とか2年とか仕事のビザ。私そういう感じでもう行ったの。もう私6ヶ月、難民の6ヶ月ビザ1年できない。だから私が行ったの。仕事のビザのための。何でも仕事大事。あと行った時もボールチェア行ったの。僕は11時頃ね、行ったの。日本橋、福島。日本橋で全部体チェア上げたの。血とかおしっことか全部体。チェアして、あとリポートは1日後もらったの。あと全部カバン持って私に家あるから場所あるから日本人といっぱい大きいの山の上小さいルーム、ね、あとこっち入ったの、ね、いつも塩棒でレディションのツナあげてこれは私機械に最初分かんない11ヶ月ぐらい勉強したのレディションどうやってかけるね後ろやってあとマークス全部してかけたのレディションなるとピッピッピッピッなるその後って古い袋入れたのね入れてからまだ山の隣の人間うちあるじゃんうちの最初は塩棒で綱取ってまだかける
Number 1. Measures shall be taken to prevent dispersion and outflow, as well as offensive odors, noise, and vibrations, and records of the quantities of removed soil and other necessary measures shall be taken with respect to consideration for the preservation of the health of surrounding residents and for the conservation of the living environment. Number 2. To effectively reduce the radiation doses due to contamination, places that are contaminated at comparatively high concentrations that contribute substantially to the radiation dose must be identified, and appropriate methods of decontamination must be used in accordance with the characteristics of the contamination. The effectiveness of these methods must also be confirmed by measurements before and after the decontamination to effectively reduce the radiation doses in human living environments. Number 3. The removed soil, etc., must be separated from other objects to ensure that there is no danger of mixing it with other objects, and the removed soil must also be separated from decontamination waste to the extent possible. Number 4. It is important to strive to minimize the quantity of removed soil, etc., generated during decontamination. It is also important to ensure that the contamination does not spread as a result of the decontamination work. For example, cleaning using water produces drainage that contains radioactive materials. The executors of decontamination and other measures shall, to the extent possible, remove in advance those radioactive materials that can be removed by methods other than cleaning with water, properly treat wastewater, and find other ways to avoid affecting outflow destinations due to cleaning, etc., as much as possible. Moreover, periodic monitoring shall be performed after the applicable measures are implemented when deemed necessary on account of the actual conditions in the area.
PPP レディションハードがあるからまだチュナ取る。そんな取って、あとはチェック、検査全部1日2日ぐらい全部検査。どこある沖の親方まだ来る。私のトヨタ建設のね、トヨタ建設のまだ向こう入るから、見るから。PPP になると私だけでもうダメになる。まだ全部見て、まだ新しいチュナまだ入れる。話わかる？入れてからまだ機械持ってまだ見る。大丈夫かな ?OK なる。たまに OK ないときは、レディションになるとピピピなる。ピピピのあるレディションにいっぱいともう出るから。機械内側とはこっちも覚えてる。最初わかんないから。こういう仕事あったね。あとは、帰ってきてから12時頃も仕上げしたレディションの沖の長くするから、あとはマークス毎日2個3個チェンジしてね。国のマークス。ヘルメットね。山登ったの、これはロープやって、葉っぱ、爆発取った時は山上からもうレディションになってね、これも葉っぱ取っても山から流れてる水ね、すごいレディションになった。すごい。私も一回ゴア悪あったね、山の上から流れたのレディションね。すごいゴア悪かったの。あとは、バスの中で1時間ぐらい親方言った、先生、ちょっと待ってるね。ちょっと休みに行ってください。日本人もそう、たまにレディションいっぱいとなんか終わり、頭回るとかいるの。15日ぐらい待ってますね。なんか問題あったね。私知らない。何にも大きい問題あった。みんないろんな、一歩大きいの。日本のいっぱい300、500人仕事みんなね。私、アバンの人だけ仕事できない。なんか問題あったね。トヨタ建設ね。なんか問題、私全然知らなかったの。私待ってますね。みんな日本人も私もね。だからまだ16日もお金も仕事しない。これももらえないね。言ったもらこれももらえない。あとは言った1万6千、1万2千だけもらったの。1万6千もらえない。私仕事するみんな日本に1万8千の、ね、1万8千とかね、みんなもらえる、日本人。でも仕事は同じ。チュナやっても大変な仕事私やったね。大変な仕事日本人しない。
Educative and formative role of the state. Its aim is always that of creating new and higher types of civilization, of adapting the civilization and the morality of the broadest popular masses to the necessities of the continuous development of the economic apparatus of production, hence of evolving even physically new types of humanity. At a certain point, however, the fixity of these standardized parts, of the identities produced by the institutions, came to pose an obstacle to the further progression toward mobility and flexibility. The passage toward the society of control involves a production of subjectivity that is not fixed in identity, but hybrid and modulating. As the walls that defined and isolated the effects of the modern institutions progressively break down, subjectivities tend to be produced simultaneously by numerous institutions in different combinations and doses.
Please let me explain about this work. This work is called Alala. A man applying for refugee status in Japan was told, firstly, that if you work in the decontamination effort, your visa will be extended. Following the accident at Tokyo Electric Power Company's Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, Alala was created based on this incident. The definition of the 1951 Convention relating to the status of refugee refers to the protection of persons from political or other forms of persecution. A refugee, according to the Convention, is someone who is unable or unwilling to return to their country of origin owing to a well-founded fear of being persecuted for reasons of race, religion, nationality, membership of particular social group, or political opinion. Despite the above, Hossein Moni, whose situation is reported in this work, has been denied an asylum application for refugee status in Japan since 2013. While the number of applications in Japan has increased more than 10 times from 1,600 in 2008 to 20,000 today, the number of approvals has been decreasing year by year, with only 20 approved last year. Only 20. In addition, foreigners are detained at the Tokyo Immigration Bureau under conditions which deprive them of human dignity because there are no legal restrictions on the terms of their detention. And Japan's national refugee policy is the most restrictive in the world. After nuclear energy was discovered by Otto Hahn in Germany and confirmed and demonstrated as a fission reaction by Leesa Gazi, as well as the first atomic bomb was manufactured by the Manhattan Project in the United States in 1945. In early August of that year, atomic bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan. After that, nuclear power was incorporated into the capital. In other words, nuclear power was first used for the military purpose and the conversion of weapons of mass destruction into civilian use. Therefore, there has always been the possibility of catastrophic accidents. Furthermore, the Japanese nuclear power plant system was a project led by former Prime Minister Nakasone. He's a very good friend with Thatcher, I think, in here, and also Reagan from the United States. Japan's leading right-wing leader, as a neoliberal policy emphasizing cost and benefit. As an ambivaliant of neoliberalism, he sought to continuously increase the potential of nuclear armament. The Fukushima nuclear power plant, which was destroyed by a natural disaster in 2011, covers an area of 14,000 square kilometers. The 1 million people living in this area were subjected to an annual exposure of 20 millisieverts, which is 20 times higher than before the accident. In addition, the working environment has deteriorated even more than before the accident. The gap between regular employees and subcontractors has widened. In the name of the global economy, it has become labor imposed on migrants and refugees. I'm going to show you last work.
東宮さんですか？
はい、そうです。あなたは加藤先生ですか？ようこそ。いよいよ日本政府も動いたようですね。シア中佐藤からは土地のことしか聞いていませんが、とにかく夢が実現されようとしているのは嬉しいです。
あなたの闘魂対案を拝見しています。
それはよかった。どうでしたか？
立派なものですよ。我々の案も大体同じようなものです。ただ、洗脳でなく内地農民のみの移民が違っているだけです。
内地を一人移民が可能でしょうか？
もちろん可能です。
僕の見識では正しいから信頼できない。むしろ優秀な成績を示している洗脳を交えないと、例えば10人に1人、20人に1人、50人に1人の内地人指導者を置いていくというふうに。
東宮さん、内地農民は十分に移民できるのですよ。満州での移民の失敗は失敗するような方法だったので失敗しただけのことで、内地農民への不信の証明にはならないように思うのです。
そうでしたが、内地人がそれほど信頼できるなら、これに越したことはありません。私はせずも究極はそこへ行くべきだったのですから。だが、朝鮮と満州では事情が違うし、それに北まるですと。
東宮さん、日本農民は世界第一の優秀農民です。北満はおろか、シベリアでも導き方によっては移民は可能です。
先生を信じましょう。日本農民を信じましょう。
さて、ここであなたのトンデン形式の移民方法により他はないと思いますが、土地は
消化後の沿岸です。というより、ボタン湖の東と言った方が適切でしょうか。
ちょっと待ってください。地図を買わせますから。その辺の貴族の様子はいかがですか？
ボタン湖の東にはジャンの住居があるのですが、そこには約3万の貴族がいます。貴族の5万や10万は気にならぬのですが、日本軍はだんだん撤退してキリス軍に任せることになっているのですよ。今までもわずか日本軍が協力したのですが、日本軍に触れるとキリス軍だけでは心細いというので、先人民将軍も大変心配していますし、日本軍に関わるべきものを欲しがっています。僕の本当対案の実現を一日も早かれと思っていられるのですが。
だが、その3万の貴族を防御するにはどれだけの在郷軍人が必要でしょうか。
3000人あれば十分です。200人を10カ所ぐらいに置いて連絡の取れるようにすれば安心です。
1箇所300人でいいでしょうか。
いいです。
だが、一族500人にして10箇所5000人ということにしたらどうでしょ
う。もちろんできたらそれがいいでしょう。この依頼付けがいいと思っていますが。
それはよかった。
だが先生、僕は満州の実に何百万の日本人が身を下ろし結びつかればダメだと信じているのです。政治や軍にはおのずと限度があると思うのです。
そうですよ。ここで僕は北満に 入植することができれば、そういう意味での使命が達成すると喜んでいるのです。
僕は先生の授業が自分の授業であるように思います。このためには命をいらないと思います。
これはお互いの授業ですよ。力を合わせて貫徹しようじゃありませんか。当分は何をするのにも僕らが先に立たねばならないのだから、その決心で
やりましょ
う。特に僕は満州事情には通じていない。東宮さんと会ったことは神の方便だと思う。僕の誠意が神に通じ、神はここにすでに指導者を用意していたのだという気さえする。
それはまた僕の気持ちでもあるのです。
どうだろう。僕は内地で在郷軍人を500人集めて9月末には必ず連れてくるが、あなたはそれまでに土地選定や武器、食べ物、住居、それから関東軍基地の折衝を全部責任を持ってやってもらいたいが。
よろしい、やりましょう。僕は何か特別な人生、生きがいみたいなものを感じてきた。本当に嬉しいです。
Please let me explain about this film. This film is called Chimera. In 1932, the Empire of Japan invaded China, establishing the Manchurian Empire and celebrating the 5 races under one union. The Kwanchun Army, which is the Japanese armed forces in Manchuria, committed every conceivable atrocity in China and in Japanese colonies, including Korea. When the Soviet Union invaded in 1945, the Kwanchun Army retreated, leaving its civilians behind. Many civilians were killed or left behind in China as orphans and widows. Chimera depicts the tragedy caused by people blindly following imperialism and militarism, as well as the negative heritage that continues to this day. As seen in the field research, we also see this in the exchange between the 2 officers of the Kwanchun Army, reenacted by a 4th generation brother and sister, who were displaced by the war. As young civilians, they experience the full consequence of Japanese imperial hubris. Today, war-displaced individuals of the 2nd and 3rd and 4th generations are constantly faced with the difficulty of building different social relationships. They must constantly rebuild their narrative while expressing identity in various ways. As members of new Japanese society, those who were war-displaced or orphans denounce the way existing Japanese society works. A video footage was shot at the former site of buildings which housed Japanese nationals, as well as the terminal station, Hurdao Rail Station, where Japanese immigrants arrived in Hurdao, part of southwestern Lianyang province in the Republic of China. The repatriation point where Japanese returnees first arrived was at Senzaki Port, Nagato City, Yamaguchi Prefecture. That's it. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here and for involving me to this event. I really enjoyed these films.
Thank you.
Firstly, it's like I feel like we have both have come from places of conflict. I feel that it must have an impact on our work. There's a constant desire to record things, to document things, to gain acknowledgements from an otherwise apathetic world, to register, to be heard, to be seen. Do you agree with me?
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree with you. And people making the ideologies, like I just explained to you about accent people before that I'm showing my work. Then people always ideology makes happiness, or wants to be happiness, the human, but it's quite often to happen the conflict or like religion. It's always people want to be happiness, but at the same time, these things is all kind of paradoxically the effect to the people. But I'm thinking the artwork trying to people think, to questioning what is ideologies and also how we can make our happiness through the ideologies.
I would like to start my questions from the middle, from the film that we have seen in the middle. Alara, am I saying it right?
Yeah,
okay.
Alara.
It is striking to me, and at the same time, it felt like that the injection of CGI imagery in the film with scientific explanations has kind of distanced me from the human part of the story somewhat. But however, at the same time, it provokes me to think it, to see it as a parallel journey of contaminated soil with persecuted people in their own land, and decontamination of soil with the displacement of people in a foreign land where they are exploited as well. So in both cases, I'm sure the damage is deep-rooted, and the effect is incomprehensible. I believe. I'm really intrigued to know more about your thoughts and insights on this.
Okay, yeah. Firstly, I should say that Mr. Money is treated like contamination soil. I thought it's kind of similarity, I can say, because it's human, but treated like that. And also, why I use 3D CG is it's quite, to be honest, difficult to ask him to reenact to the like that animation. I just wanted to follow his experience for using these techniques. I mean, 3D CG and animations to draw what he had in his experience.
Yeah.
And also, for me, it's it's natural to use 3D CG and animation because our life surrounded by the electronic device.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the technology. So it's natural to using that kind of stuff to me to express this theme.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just intrigued to know about this because the voiceover of the immigrant in the film, I really wanted to see his face.
Sure. Yeah.
I really wanted to know his name. But it was a deliberate decision on your part not to show your audience his identity. Why is that? The reason I'm asking you because it kind of made me feel distant even more and alien and indifferent to some extent.
Yeah.
Is that what you want your audience to see? That is, how we actually look away from a story that we do not want to care about, or we don't care about, or we can't relate to.
I absolutely understand what you're saying. For me, actually, I made two other works. One is the documentary work. Another one is just I showed you the artwork.
Yes.
And then I show his face. He's appearing in my documentary film alone, and his name is appearing.
Yeah.
Subtitle and stuff.
Yeah.
But this is, for me, it's a documentary. It's kind of accused to the present time of problem for me. Then, so I want to show the kind of fact to the people, and then let's think about how we can change this kind of situations. But this is artwork, so I want people to more having an imagination and questioning who is he and why he like that. So that's why.
Yeah. Because what happened, like when I think about this kind of thing, we always come to know about statistics that these many people are going through these kind of atrocities. Or so we never see the actual person behind it. And that's why I was intrigued to know that why you chose not to show his face. Another thing is you used a coinage in the film. I'm going to read it out. It's evolving new types of humanity. What do you mean by that?
That's did you see the first appearing the sentences? That and also that what you're asking me is quoted from the philosopher and also Marxist called Antonio Gramsci, Italian philosopher. I think it's my interpretation is 150 years ago, the machine appeared in factory. Then people used to work using the body, but employers started educating the workers because they should use the machine. So, for example, now I can't imagine without using computer to work.
Yeah.
So it's always we adjust to working environment. That's what it's my interpretation. That's why Gramsci said it's basically capitalism is always adjust the people to the kind of slaving to the capitalism system. And I thought Mr. Moni, he has a license of the decontamination soil, and also he's got construction machines license, which is he controlled by his work environment, and also he must change his body.
Yeah.
That I thought Gramsci say about this. That's why I quoted Fritz's words.
Okay, because I was quite fascinating about that coinage, being new types of humanity. I see it like there's a factor of technology there, and we are redefining what humanity means to us every single day, actually. So that's why I was really wanted to know. You know, 3 films. I found Chimera, the film. I find it really, really kind of touching. It really touched me because the far-reaching, far-reaching impact of war runs from generations to generations. And the film Chimera is, I think that it captured it really very strongly. It's like a chilling reminder of that. I find it, really poignant because of the voiceover from the exchange between 2 officers from the Kwanchong Army. Yes, reenacted by 4th generation, war-torn, war-displaced siblings. It's really fascinating because the juxtaposition of the cause and consequences is riveting to watch. What compelled you to make this film?
Before I make Chimera, I made work called Mitsushima Complex, which is about Mitsushima industrial area in Okayama Prefecture, about history of history of immigrant workers in the Mitsushima area.
Okay.
Sorry, it's too big. My language, sorry.
No.
So then, the first chapter I focused to the people working during the war, before the war and during the Second World War. And the second one is technical intern trainees and also Brazilian workers in Japan. And third chapter is a Filipino people working in sex industry in the Mitsushima area. That's that film. Then, while I'm making that film, I met orphans in Okayama, and I thought it's really interested about their story. And also, I remember when I was kids, I watched a TV program, which is orphans see that their parents in front of TV in 30 years. The kids left in China, and then they grow up and they try to find their parents in Japan, and the Japanese parents want to find them. Then I've seen that kind of expression, people showing the and crying and shouting. That impact is a lot big to me. Then I remember that. So that's why I started make this. And also, you're asking me why the children. Because I want the people, viewers, audience to attention to my work. I can ask the first generation people to ask me to reenacting the Kwanchong Army, but I saw I want to use the children's voice to this film.
And that has made it so chilling that when we see the consequences and you hear actually the text is from the voiceover of those 2 army officers. Voice, we have seen the first film. Is Voice. To me, Voice is a kind of a sharp commentary about this robotic pursuit of cheap foreign labor for mass production to feed, to feed the capitalistic world that we live in the name of extending support to benefit economic development of less developed countries. using the technique of extracting obedience from people, isn't it? Like brainwashing. And
That's right.
Yeah, and you have shown it very cleverly. I haven't heard of these kind of issues before. It's really very less talked about, and in these kind of things, like these kind of programs, take place under the radar, aren't they? So why did you choose this theme to?
Oh, right, yeah, thank you. That's just I told you about I made Mishima complex film.
Yes.
That's from the when I started researching about Mishima industrial area, I found many trainees, intern trainees in the area. That's why I started. And also their system started 1993. The first kind of
this initiative, this
training program in
Yeah.
Japan starting 1993, which was like I just told you, the Japanese government looked down the attitude is very looked down to the other country. This system, we can teach you how to, technical and stuff like that.
But actually, they're getting labor, cheap labor.
Yeah. That's quite, and they be trying to hide it. And then the first time, the employer violently controlled the workers, like took the passport and don't use the mobile phone, they took mobile phones and stuff, and I don't know. Then law getting strictly because of this kind of incident is open to we could see the newspapers and stuff. Then they started kind of control the people from internal to listen to be a good foreign labor, foreign workers in Japan. I thought this is when I was a student, I read about the philosopher called Michel Foucault. He said one word called biopolitical, which is the power trying to control internally to the kind of things. So I thought it's kind of I should pick up this topic to express through my artwork.
So this kind of brainwashing goes on to demand obedience and demand so that they do whatever they're told to do.
I don't think they can talk. If they say like, we are very low wages, and because this is a Japanese speech contest, so they can't. They always say like how Japan is good, how our environment is great, but it's lying. That's why I'm so angry about this system. That's why I should pick up this.
Because this kind of technique is used, I have some experience to work with extremism, and this kind of technique used there to kind of capture your mind so that you do not question. You just follow the rule and follow the orders. Right. Yeah, that's really, really fascinating. And I have also felt in your films a strong desire to care for nature. And the urgency to care for our environment. But it is not overt. Subliminally, yes, it's quite subliminally, in fact, yet evident. Could you comment on that?
Sure, yeah. That's quite simple. I think I have a responsibility because I've got kids. And I must think about their future, simply. And also, responsibility is quite important. this is a bit different angle to talk about this the environment, but I was born in Japan. Then I already got a lot of benefit based on other countries, invaded other Asian country. So I have responsibility to the future or past. So it's a bit different angle, but yeah, that's why environment is same.
Yeah, but it in the film it was not like it meant to be there. I hope you understand. I mean, it was so natural that the just breeze and leaves and it's just a part of the film. But still, it is quite evident that that nature actually played a quite an important role in your films. I really found that. So it's my last question. I really would like to know what goes on inside your mind when you tell a story, because we see ourselves as storyteller. And I'm intrigued to know the psychological drive that makes you choose a particular story to tell and the way you tell it. What is that drive, and where is it coming from?
Thank you. Yeah, it's come from very simple. I can't live without others. We can't live without others. I mean, we can't live alone.
Yeah.
We live with people. Simply, I thought they are me, because I used to live here. I'm a kind of immigrant. I spent here for quite a long time, just living here. So they are me. That's my kind of motivate to making these films. And also that I told you I have interesting to the ideologies, conflict, places like ruins and stuff. But more basically, I have is human is more important compared to the buildings or places.
After hearing that the human is more important, I'm really I know it was my last question. I'm really intrigued to know one more thing, that you said that human is very important, but in your work, not only these films, even installation work of yours, there's no human presence. It's hardly any human is there.
Okay.
So I mean.
Yeah. Okay, explain to you.
I'm sorry. I don't.
No. It's why I don't know. You don't think about the humanity in, because I hide it. Yeah, of course. Yeah. The concept. That if something is not here, you can imagine something strongly sometimes having the impact.
Yeah.
To not existing. Is that my answer is okay?
No. There's no right and wrong answer. So it's just it's really fascinating.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming here and to watch Ko's film. Thank you, Ko.
Thank you.
Thank you.